Hello YouTube. Welcome back to another video. If I sound like I'm getting upset or am already upset, it's because I am. I recorded me opening up a copy of the structure deck. And then since I had already opened the other two, I was going to show the deck building process. Well, not really the full deck building process, but I was going to do like the opening plus the deck profile in the same video. I hit 20 minutes. My phone runs out of storage. No matter what I delete, no matter what I do on my phone, it's always going to run out of storage at 20 minutes. It's pissing me off. Because I used to be able to record 30-minute, almost 40-minute videos. No problem. But I guess I'm just going to do the deck profile. Because you guys have seen the structure deck open plenty of fucking times. Sorry about the language. I'm going to try and cheer up. So, I have a couple of questions for y'all before I get into this. One, what do you guys think of the Dark World structure deck? What do you think about the Dark World support that came in the structure deck? I personally love a lot of it. It's very, very amusing, very fun, very, very good for the deck. Um, Second, what do you guys think about the new Trap Trick structure deck coming out? I'm gonna try and make a video on that when it drops in February. And then last but not least, what deck do you want to see get a structure deck? You guys probably already know my answer to this question. And if you don't, it's fine. Because, yeah, needless to say, I just don't blame you for not knowing. Anyways, let's jump into this. I do have a side deck, so yeah, this is just 3 structure decks put together if you guys want to see a fully updated well, I say fully update, but if you guys want to see me update my actual Danger Dark World structure deck, or not Danger Dark World deck, I will update that deck for y'all with the new cards from this set. Starting us off, we got 3 copies of Dark World Genta, or Genta, Gateman of the Dark World. Genta, really good. Gravekeeper's Commandant, discard him, search your field spell. And then whenever he's banished, he brings himself back. That is once per turn, but really good. Makes it to where you don't have to use this next card, Snow, to search the field spell anymore. You can use Snow to search other things in the deck. And if you want my honest opinion, this should have been one of the ultra rares, not a super. This should have been one of the ultras. Next, we do have one of the ultras in the deck, and that's 2 copies of Rainbow, Overking of the Dark World. The new Rainbow, really good. Searches any level 5 or higher. Can special summon himself from the graveyard by bouncing a level 7 or lower. So, super solid card. I wouldn't run him at any more than 2 unless you really need that extra consistency boost of being able to search out all your level 5s, because let me tell you, this version of the structure deck is going to be 1,000,000% different than the actual like constructed deck. So next, I'm running 2 copies of Lucent. This is one that I don't see other people playing, but it's actually not bad. If it's discarded, it summons itself. It's 2,400, so nothing small, nothing to scoff at. But if it's discarded by an opponent's card effect, it summons a Dark World from the deck to either field. In this, I will already admit I'm not running Ceruli, but Lucent is a really good card to run with Ceruli. Same thing with Parl, which I'm also not running Parl because I personally don't like that little combo. I don't like going Parl into Ceruli. Like, Ceruli already summons himself to your opponent's field, so, and I don't run Ceruli regardless. So that's like, but you can summon him out, and then you can grab a Rainbow from the deck, I believe. Yeah, you can summon Rainbow. There's no level restriction on Lucent, so it's like you can summon Rainbow back. And then I'm running 3 Brow because card draw, 1 Silva because he is a hand loop card. And honestly, Silva and Lucent are interchangeable. They're only 100 attack points different, Lucent being 100 points bigger than Silva. And that's really kind of it. I personally just don't care for Silva because he's a hand looper. And that's about it. And then, oh, he also summons himself if he's discarded by just discarded by card effect and not your opponent's card effect. Grapha, we all know Grapha. He summons himself from the graveyard. He pops a card. Your opponent controls when discarded, and then I think he rips a card out of your opponent's hand if discarded by your opponent's card effect. Super good, super solid. That's my Dark World monster lineup in this, which I know it's like small, but getting this deck down to 40 was not an easy task. So next up for the last few monsters in the deck, these should be pretty obvious. It's big. It's the 3 dangers that come in the structure deck: Thunderbird, Mothman, and Bigfoot. All come in the structure deck. I'm running all 3 of them at 3. Mothman is just 3 extra copies of Dark World Dealings. It's also a level 4 for extra deck plays whenever you do get like the extra deck stuff. And I would love to know if you guys would want to see me do a sealed only kind of thing with these. Right now I'm on the fence about doing sealed only because I don't really have a good way to do sealed only. I'd probably end up having to stream Dueling Book rated matches, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't feel like doing that. Or I'd have to I'd have to find a way to do like YGO Pro or whatever. Or if these get added into Master Duel, I'll do something with them on Master Duel. Like, I know the dangers and most of the Dark World stuff is there, but if the rest of the stuff makes its way into the Master Duel, I'll definitely try and do something there for y'all. So, next up for the spells, I'm starting us off with a 2 of Dark World Ascension. Dark World Ascension, it grabs itself back out of the graveyard, for 1. And for 2, treats anything you use in the hand as fusion material as being discarded. It's a quick play fusion spell. This card is amazing. This is, like, with the fusion monster, this card is one of the best cards ever printed for Dark World. Glad it got the ultra rare slot. If I'm gonna be honest, there is one card in here that I feel like could have been a super rare and I really wouldn't have bothered, but we'll get to that one in just a moment. We're gonna talk about triple Dark World Dealings and triple Gates. Triple Gates is different from my other builds, or my other build. I only run this as a 2 of because you go and you find a way to discard your first snow, you search 1 Gates. Gates discards the second snow, search Gates, and then that second Gates discards your 3rd snow. Well, there's no point in grabbing, another Gates at that point. And then triple drag down to the grave. This has just been a staple card in Dark World for a long time. Yeah, you get hand information on your opponent. You literally get to see what your opponent is playing. Such a great card. It's a lot of information, and like 99.9% of the time, when your opponent sees this, they're automatically gonna know you're on Dark World, and that your hand doesn't mean anything. And then I am running double Dark World Archives. This card I believe could have been a super rare instead of Genta. And in the structure deck, definitely would be a very happy place for me. This card is just amazing. Gives you additional discards. It discards something to pump your board, and it's just like it's just really good. And then I'm running 2 copies of Punishment in the main. It's a Omni Negate that lets you discard on resolution, or aka discard for effect, which is really nice. It lets you negate something and then trigger one of your Dark World monsters. Now, into the extra inside. The extra deck is just going to be super brief. Triple Grapha, because, you can't really run any more than that in here. So triple Grapha is really good. Not really. You're probably only gonna run one or two of this in an actual deck, but because this is the only extra deck option we have, running it at 3, it's essentially a negate because it can grab it can turn an effect your opponent has from whatever it is to your opponent discards one card. So you get the additional effects of your Dark World monsters. And that is it for the main. Now into the side. In the side deck, I'm running 2 copies of Beige. Because this card isn't that great in the structure deck build. Like if you're just using cards from the structure deck, this isn't the best card because of one reason and one reason alone. You don't have any rank 4s. Yeah. If there were rank 4s and link monsters and stuff, this card is a 3 of in the main, and nobody can change my mind. Nobody. Then I'm running 3 copies of Dark World Puppetry in the side, just because Puppetry, in my opinion, is really good in the tier matchup. You target 3 monsters, or target 3 cards. Yeah, 3 cards in any graveyard, and you banish them. Oh no, it's up to 3. So you target up to 3 in any in either graveyard, banish them, and then you discard a fiend. And then during the main phase, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish it and target one of your banished fiends and add it to your hand. Super good card. This card is mind-blowingly amazing, but it's also mind-blowingly bad in certain matchups. Like, if you're playing against a deck that doesn't care about the graveyard or whatever, which is very rare, this card doesn't really do a whole lot. But if you can't get if you're not going first and you can't get this card out on the board, it's like, whatever, no point in it. Next, I'm also running 2 copies of Charge into a Dark World in the side deck. It's Monster Reborn, so it's like, it's not amazing, but it's not bad. You just kind of side this in if you feel like you're not seeing enough of your graveyard recursion, which your only graveyard recursion is Rainbow and Grapha bouncing cards back to the hand to summon themselves from the graveyard. So if you feel like you need more than just that, you can run this, and you can also run this to discard either of those cards to gain additional advantage. Then I also have the 3rd copy of Ascension here in the side deck. If you feel like you don't see it enough, then you got the 3rd one in there, you slot something out, slot this in, boom, there you go. And then to wrap up the entirety of the side deck, I'm running triple Skill Drain, triple Dynamiscus, and the 3rd Punishment. Obviously, Skill Drain doesn't really affect this deck, because a lot of your stuff is going off in the graveyard after being discarded. Dynamiscus discards you a card, banishes a card your opponent controls, and then the 3rd Punishment is kind of self-explanatory. I've gone over why I like Punishment, and yeah, that is it for the structure deck only profile. Let me know if you guys would want to see me crack open packs that contain Dark World cards to attempt to upgrade the structure deck version of this. And now that we're also coming into the close of the video, I'm going to let you guys know what deck I believe deserves a structure deck and some, good support that helps the deck out a lot and kind of gets it up off its feet. Gets it up off its butt, actually. Dino Mist. I don't know how many of you that are subscribed to my channel are from the Yu-Gi-Oh portion of the channel that actually still come back and watch, but my favorite deck of all time, that is like my baby, my pet deck. I don't really play it that much in paper because the deck it doesn't function anymore. without Electromite. Um, it's Dynamis. I feel like Dynamis could benefit from having a structure deck and having new support because that Dynamite retrain. This guy's Pendulum retrain. Fucking awful. I hate that card to death, but it's like it's an unnecessary evil you need to play in the deck. It's awful. I hate it. So I think Dynamis could use it as structure deck. Do you guys agree? Because Inzektor stole their win in that stupid little create a card thing on Twitter. Uh, yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna get going before I go on to any more rants. My phone runs out of storage. I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas. I'm probably not gonna upload before Christmas, and I'm probably not gonna upload another video before Christmas. So I hope everybody that watches this has a wonderful Christmas. I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year. I love you all. I'll see y'all later. And that one guy on Twitter that's trying to make a conspiracy is a fucking moron. Peace.